Alrighty, welcome back everybody to a brand new YouTube video. Thank you guys for tuning in today. As you guys know, we have been trading this Topstep 50K funded for about a week and a half now. You guys can see I have 6 winning days total on the funded account, 50K express funded. We can see my current stats, and we can see that I got this payout right here, $1,700. So everything you guys see in the title is true. As you guys know, that is exactly how we trade over at the 1% Academy. So if you guys are interested in grabbing a mentorship with the 1% Academy, please feel free to click the WAP links in the description, or feel free to hit me up on Discord at 1xflow. So let's go ahead and get right into the system that allowed me to get to this point. You guys can see the payout request. The payout came through in about a day and a half. So it was very, very good, very smooth. Everything was great as far as that goes. Sent to the Wise account. So there is that 1700. We can see that. Winning trades were at 73%. We just had a very good trade yesterday as well. Some people caught it live with me in the chat. So feel free to join that if you guys are interested. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump now right into the system that allowed me to get there. All right, so starting off with the system now, the first thing that I want you guys to understand is the difference between a system versus a strategy. So a system is going to allow steps to be able to get into a trade as an actual plan. So we have a step-by-step plan to enter and exit our trades. This will also hold a risk management plan that you will stick to allow you to stay to the rules of your system. Now, this holds a business-like structure. So you have rules as the employer and the employee that you must create and also follow to be able to stick to the system and keep your discipline in check. Now, a strategy is going to be a perspective of reading price. So we just understand how to read price, and we can use that as a way to understand our directional bias to where price may go. So before understanding that, we must understand that your system is going to be what offers you that profitability long term. A strategy can be a way to look at the market, but the strategy is not just what you need to be able to profit in the long term with trading. We need a system that is proven by math to allow you to be able to trade over and over again over time and still maintain that comfortability and profitability when trading. Examples for both will start off with strategy. This would just be understanding an overall perspective of the market. So you can use Wyckoff to figure out what type of scheme you're in, whether you're in an accumulation or you're in a distribution. You can use supply and demand to figure out areas where price may react off of and continue off of those specific areas for a bullish and a bearish understanding. And you can use market structure to be able to figure out your directional bias from higher time frames to lower time frames to figure out where price is going to go overall. Now, that is just the strategy. Let's talk about what a system looks like. Now, a system is going to be, like I said before, that step-by-step understanding of how you can get in and out of a specific trade. So for an example, we wait for a specific time to trade. For my example, it's 9:30 a.m. We'll go over that in just a second as well. But we also do top-down analysis. So we figure out our market structure from higher time frames to lower time frames to find our directional bias. Next, we are going to wait for a liquidity raid. This holds that Wyckoff. Then we now wait for that BOS, so the break of structure and a new area of supply and demand. That's going to be your supply and demand. Talking about with the strategy as well. Notice how we're using the strategy in the system. We are not just using the strategy. And then after that, we'll take entry and we'll target the opposing liquidity overall. I just realized that was a little bit of a typo there. But we'll target the opposing liquidity. That is going to be your system step-by-step entry to be able to trade. Now let's get to the examples of how my system is and what I use every single time I get into my trades. All right, so with my specific system, we're going to start off with trading the New York session. So we'll wait until that 9:30 a.m. liquidity raid. If news is at 10, I'm going to wait until after. We'll do top-down analysis, so we'll figure out our directional bias from higher time frames to lower time frames to figure out where price is going to go. We'll look for a break of structure in a new area of supply and demand, which is going to be your candle before candle that broke structure, also known as the flow block. If you guys want more information on this, there is a course available in the server as well, so you guys can go ahead and look at that. I have free EDU online. Go ahead and check out my channel as far as that goes. But we'll talk more about the flow block in just a second. And what we will do is target our opposing liquidity within premium or discount of the overall range. So now let's go to an actual example of this playing out. All right, so we'll go ahead and use an example of a trade that I actually took yesterday. For the proof, you guys can see right here on the Discord channel, this was the trade that was taken. We call out all of our trades, and as I also trade them live. So if you guys want to see those live, feel free to join the server at discord.gg/leverage. Open up a ticket, and then we can get started as far as that goes. But this was a trade that was taken, as you guys can see right here. We took this candle before candle on this entry. We got to break a structure, push into that candle before candle. Trade was taken here. Then I added to the position as well, and we were able to take it out in the opposing liquidity. So now let's go over that step by step. Sitting it right here, you guys can see we waited again for that 930 liquidity raid. We did our top-down analysis. So at this time, if we do it, if I start on my higher time frames, go back to that little thing that we just had. Here we go right here. At the time, price was bullish, creating higher highs and higher lows. Price was pushing up, creating higher highs and higher lows, creating higher highs and higher lows. This is where price came back down into that higher low right here. So we got a break of structure. Remember our candle before candle, that flow block is going to be the entry on where we take the trade. Now from there, we look to target that opposing liquidity, otherwise known as the weak high. I just did one within that specific range, and we'll show you guys just 1 second. So now going down to our lower time frames, we were bullish at that time. Now we're just looking for price to switch, show that hand, and then be able to show that move. So from that 4 hour to now that 15 and that 5 minute, we can see how price created that bullish break of structure coming back down. It was bearish right here, and then it caused a new high. Came back down into that, mitigated, liquidated, also in the course as well, the MLC for Wyckoff. And then we broke structure right here. So we have that candle before candle to take price higher overall. Now on lower time frames, remember we waited for the 930 liquidity raid. We waited for that, or we did our top-down analysis. So we figured out our market structure. After figuring out our market structure, we're looking for that area of supply and demand. So here comes 930 with the liquidity raid. We waited now for this break of structure to the upside. I took one entry on this specific candle, and then now we have that 1 minute candle before candle, that new area of demand for price to come back down into, and then take off following. So that's where that trade was taken. All we did was target this opposing liquidity right here. So this weak high of the overall scenario, and that allowed us to catch that 2R trade, or the 2.9R trade, be in and out and be done as far as that day goes. Now it may seem simple in retrospect, but that's after you guys understand, find a system that is comfortable for you, and then do that over and over again over time. The whole point of this is to make it like the back of your hand, to make it second nature, to where you guys can do all of these steps and see these things very, very quickly, very easily, and very comfortably. So that's going to be your biggest thing as far as what you guys need to look for. Now let's talk about my risk management and my time management as well. Now moving over to the risk management versus the time management. Both of these are things that you need to understand to make your structure in your business a business-like structure. Starting off with your risk management, this is controlling only what you can control, which is going to be your risk management and your time management. So if you allow yourself to give it to probability, give it to understanding of math over time, it already says it's going to be profitable. All you have to do is control your risk. Most traders blow their accounts, and most traders are not profitable in the long term due to the fact they cannot control what they can control, which is simply just your risk management and your time management. So starting off here, you guys can see my time and risk management chart. This is for an exponential gain type of scenario. We can see the days that I'm trading, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We can see each week if I make a certain amount of R, or if I make a certain amount of trades in a day that are winning. During the week as well. If I lose a certain amount in a week, all of these things are going to be what I use to be able to stick to my rules and keep that system online. Now, notice that based on the fact of me being able to limit drawdown as the account goes down as well, this can show the math of me having to lose 72 trades in a row just to lose 10% of my portfolio. So 72 trades in a row. With anything over a 50% win rate, that is most near impossible to do. So I would have to lose 36 consecutive days in a row, 3 months of time, with every single day losing a trade. So all we have to do is stick to that understanding, and we can see here that because I can trust that and trust the probability in the long term, all I have to do from here is execute and execute and execute, and that will allow me to be able to profit in the long term. You'll see way more green days than you will see red days, and overall you'll show that profitability and comfortability in your system. So again, this is going to be probably your most important part of your business like structure and of your system, because this is what you can control. So use data from previous trades, use data from previous months, use data from previous weeks, um, to be able to figure out where you have your strengths and weaknesses as far as your risk goes, as far as your time management goes. Ask yourself for time management, is this a day that I normally lose pretty much half of the time, right? Is my win rate very low on this specific day? And what you can do to now control your risk is maybe eliminate that day from your system and from your business like structure. That's what I did for Mondays and Fridays. I occasionally do trade Fridays still, but Mondays I am not even going to touch. That is my worst day based on the data that I have. So why would I risk when I don't need to, right? So understanding by day is huge, by week is huge, by trade, and your risk limit per that specific trade for that day. So keep to what you can control, keep to a system that allows you to be able to have that business like structure and something that is comfortable. Now let's go over a summary and then we will end it for today. All right. So, as far as a summary goes for what you guys want to be looking for, remember to focus on your daily habits. This is going to compound over time. The power of compounding is insane. Once you start to understand that, and once you can start to just show up, trade every day, and execute relentlessly, that's when you will get to where you want to be. Focus on controlling your risk and your time management. Create a business like structure and repeat, repeat, repeat. Exactly like we just talked about. Just repeat and keep trading, keep trading, keep trading. That's going to allow you to gain time in the market. That's going to allow you to then gain experience and then data to be able to understand your business like structure and areas that you can mitigate certain areas of risk to allow you to gain that profitability over time. Now, again, if you guys wanted this in real time and you wanted to see how we do everything over in the 1% Academy, feel free to join at discord.gg/leverage. We have trades that are taken. We do live trading. We do giveaways as well. So definitely go ahead and join that. You guys can see all the clients that I have helped out as well, that have allowed us to get to the place that we want to be. You guys can see the live trading. We have a P&L section as well. You can see people taking those trades live with me, gaining a bunch of money from that. And if you guys want to be able to do the same, again, feel free to join with the link in the description or add me on Discord at 1xflow to be able to join there. But again, thank you for everybody who had watched today. If you guys are sitting here and you got to the end, then you have what it takes to be able to trade. Most traders can't even sit through a trade. So if you can't even sit through this entire video, how would you be able to sit through a trade, right? Understanding that same mindset. Again, thanks to everybody who showed up today. I will catch you guys on the next video. Again, we are doing the strategy series, so be on the lookout for that. But have a great rest of your day and or night, and peace out.